Class, this is it. It's week 8. You have made it all the way to week 8. Good job. Proud of you. This week is kind of compiling everything that you have learned to this point in this class, and you're going to apply it in the assignment that you have, the main assignment. We're going to talk a little bit about reading the Old Testament in the context of ministry. And so everything you have learned very much applies to the ministry that you do in your local church, in discipling your own families, in living out your faith and sharing the gospel. And so each of them applies to something that you're going to use, that you're going to go through, that you're going to teach, that you're going to interact with. And so it's a great opportunity for you to continue to work on this. You have some reading this week, Babcock Klein. There's a passage that you're going to choose. You pick the passage that you're going to do your final paper on, okay? And so you can pick from 2 Samuel or Psalms or Esther, Isaiah, or Zechariah, okay? So you'll read that passage. There's one video to watch, okay? And then you're going to work on this assignment, 8-1, Interpreting a Biblical Passage. Here's the thing. This is the capstone of everything that you have learned. But the format for the paper is Babcock's 12 steps. You need to address every single one of those 12 steps as it applies to your passage. So as it talks about prayer, how would you pray through your book? What would you pray in getting ready to study that book? And then you just take the 12 steps. And so you can label it that way if you want. If you want to, it's not always MLA format to do this, but if you want to break out and just put, step 1 and what it is, and step 2 and what it is, and then have the writing under it in paragraph form, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. Avoid big long block quotes, avoid long passages of scripture, putting those into the paper. That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is that you understand the 12 steps. You understand how to take a passage in the Old Testament and really dig into it, okay? So make sure that you do all of those things. Use all that you've learned. There's no page limit on this, but it should be at least 5 pages. And it's probably going to be more like that, more than that. You're going to end up probably being somewhere around 8 to 10 pages because there's just so much information to dig into and so many steps to work through if you're going to be thorough about it. You have to use 5 outside academic sources. It means Klein, Babcock, Fee do not count. Academic sources. It's not a study Bible. It's not a 1-volume commentary or a 2-volume commentary. Academic sources are specific articles on your passage. It is a commentary that is specific to your passage. So if you're studying Isaiah, it needs to be a commentary on Isaiah. If you're studying Zechariah, it needs to be an article about that specific passage, okay? Those are good academic sources. If you have any questions, shoot them to me, ask me, let me know. I will let you know. But don't quote from a study Bible. Don't quote from something that's general. It needs to be specific to this passage and have good information and academic information on the passage that you're studying, okay? So that is your assignment. That's the main assignment this week. You don't have 2 or 3. You just have that and the discussion board, okay? And the discussion board is good this week. You get to choose between 2 questions and then basically finding biblical support for your answer. You're going to interact with scripture. You can interact with your sources as always, Klein, Babcock, Fee, and you can do that. So make sure that this week, like I said, follow the instructions, follow what I've just told you, because that's the way, one, to learn a method that's going to help you as you study other Old Testament passages, but it's also going to help you as you continue to study the Old Testament and go forward and do that. As always, reach out to me with questions. You know what? I'm praying for you this week. Here to help you if you have anything. Text me, email me, call me. Glad to be a resource and help in any way that I can. God bless. Have a great week.